Good morning, students. Welcome to this Zoom session today. Let us first check out where we are in our syllabus. Today we are going to do pronunciation, syllables, vowel sounds, and consonant sounds. Now, each of these topics require a lot of in-depth study. However, for our purpose, we are going to go through them cursorily. All that we require to do is to understand or to know what they are and how they function, and how they can help us towards improving our communication. So the purpose is that you be able to evaluate their usefulness in fluent and efficient communication. Let us go over to the first topic, which is pronunciation. And pronunciation, as you know, is the way a word or a language is customarily spoken. It is how the native speakers of a language speak a word, or how they speak a language. And it cannot be overemphasized that correct pronunciation is extremely important to us, especially at the workplace. It helps us to avoid confusion if we speak in with correct pronunciation. And especially if you are dealing with overseas clients or working in a foreign setting, then all the more it becomes important for you to be able to speak with correct pronunciation, because it would help you to avoid confusions. While you can pick up the correct pronunciation listening to music or watching movies in English, there is a more formal way to that of studying sounds or phonetics of English language. And that is what we are doing today. We are taking the formal route of trying to understand how the English language is spoken by the native speakers especially. Now first let us look at the concept of syllables. Now syllable is a unit of sound larger than a phoneme. Phoneme is also something that we don't know as of now. So what is a phoneme? So first let us understand what a phoneme is. A phoneme is the minimal distinctive sound unit in any language. If we talk about English, then we have the minimal sound unit as, say, p, b, t, d, k, g. So each of these sounds, they form the phoneme. If they appear in a word, then it is not that they can form a syllable immediately. The syllable has to do with how the word can be broken into sounds. So, phoneme is something which is smaller. Syllable is one rank higher up to the phoneme. It is like that. We can say words are broken into syllables, and we'll just see how they are broken into syllables. And we already have, I'm sure most of you would have some understanding of syllable at least. A word can have one or more than one syllable, right? So let's go and check out a few of the examples to understand the concept of syllable better. You can have one syllable in a word. For example, egg. You cannot break it into two sounds. You cannot say E and G. You cannot say like that. Then it would become a phoneme, because E is one phoneme, one sound, and G is another sound. So it's a phoneme. So the next high unit is your syllable. You can say it in one flow. Egg. Two. Again, you can say it in one flow, and it forms, a sound unit which is higher up from T and O. So two. Then again, you can again say it at once. You. So these are one syllable words. Now let us check out the two-syllable words. Here we have the example of account. Account. So there are two syllables. Next one is aggrieve. Next one is command. Fourth one is affect. Affect. A lot. A lot. Assume. Assume. Right? So this is how words are broken into syllables. Let's check out more examples. Now, three syllables in a word. We have luxury. Luxury. For register, we have register. Register. Examples of four syllables in a word we have here as universal. Universal. So here we found there are four syllables. Vocational. Vocational. Right? So this was an example of four syllables in a word. Okay, right. So moving on, we move to the next concept, that is the vowel sounds. Now there are 20 vowel sounds in English. You know of only 5 vowel sounds, which were A, E, I, O, and U, which you studied at the school level. However, English phonetics has 20 vowel sounds. And in a short while, we'll see what these 20 vowel sounds are. First, it would be good to remember that there are 12 monophthongs. These are part of vowels only. There are 12 monophthongs, and out of which we have 7 short vowel sounds and 5 are long vowel sounds. So we have short vowel sounds and we have long vowel sounds. Then we have longer vowel sounds, which are known as diphthongs. They combine 2 shorter vowels, and that is how they, form longer vowel sounds. And we'll also, check what these diphthongs are. Next, let's see this one. So in short vowel sounds, we have vowel sounds like E, E, A, O, U, A. Right? And let's look at it again. E as in pit, pet, A. The middle sound, A sound. Pat, A. Right? Put. That roof of the hut, as you can see there, is the sound as in put, A sound. Pot, O sound. Put, U sound. Another, A sound. This A sound is also called as schwa sound. And towards the end also, you have the schwa. So you do not pronounce the R sound at the end. You say another. Right? So these are your 7 short vowel sounds which we spoke about in an earlier slide. Now, in the long vowel sounds, we have E sound. E, A, O, U, And again, let's check it again in the example that we have. E as in bean, een, bean. Barn, R. So barn. Born, or, born. Boon, oo, oon. Right? So I hope you get the idea. Burn, so burn. So the sounds are written underneath the word, as you can see, and the location where this pronunciation comes in for the long vowel sound has also been shown to you. It's been highlighted there, as you can see. Now we have the next set of diphthongs here, which are 8 in number. As you can see, these diphthongs are formed by putting together 2 short vowel sounds. So you have A as in bay, I as in buy, oi as in boy, oh as in no, now, ow, now, ear as in peer, air as in pear, ua as in poor. So these were your diphthongs, right? So in today's class, you are only expected to have a feel for these sounds. And later on, maybe you can have more practice, and then you would be able to learn it better. Of course, I'll be sharing this slide with you, so you can also practice using the slides. Okay, so let's move over to the consonant sounds. There are 24 consonant sounds in English, right? And there are 26 alphabets in the English language, right? So here we have 24 consonant sounds in English, plus we have 20 vowel sounds also, which makes it 44 sounds in English. So in all, we have 44 sounds in English, right? And there are just 26 alphabets that we know of. Right, so let us check out these 24 consonants and what they are. So you can see here we have P, B, T, D, K and G. Right, so these are your some of the consonant sounds which are categorized as plosives. We don't really need to go into the details of it. It's just that they have been categorized on the basis of their manner of articulation and the place of articulation. For this, we'll probably need a few more sessions to just understand how and why they are categorized in this way. Next are your affricates, and you can see how different they are and how they are drawn. The sound, ch sound, you can see how it is drawn as it appears in chain. The sound appears in chain and it is drawn as t, and then there's a long winding kind of a line there. The next sound there is j sound as in Jane. Then we have fricatives, and within fricatives we have f, w, th. Now th has to be pronounced in a way as you have to keep your tongue very close to the teeth, and then you produce it by throwing the air out from between your teeth and the tip of the tongue. It's like th, think. The next one is this, the sound. Then you have the s sound, s. Then we have the z sound. Then we have sh sound as in sheep. Then this measure, the j sound, right? Then how, the h sound. Then we have set of nasals, and they are m, n, and ng. This ng as in sung, it is nasalized basically. So you pronounce it nasally basically. Then you have approximants here. For example, l, the light, r sound, r, right, w sound as in wet. Then you have, this is the y sound, which seems like a J in smaller case, but it is actually the sound y sound, right? So now that we have gone through the vowel sounds and the consonant sounds, and we also know what syllables are, we would get back to how some of the common words are pronounced, right? So using them, these are vowel sounds and consonant sounds are used for transcription purposes. That is, they're used to transcribe the words to be able to get at the exact pronunciation of them. Right? So let us look at some of the common words and the pronunciation. Now, this is not breakfast. This is breakfast. Right? And once you have mastered these vowels and consonant sounds, by practicing them, you will also be able to look up a dictionary. So the whole idea of showing you these words here and alongside that your transcription of these words is to help you see that how you can basically read these transcriptions and then know the correct pronunciation of the word. If you can read these transcriptions, you can know the correct pronunciation of the word by your own self. That is, you can use the dictionary and you can help yourself out. Right? So you can see for the first word we have the sounds b, r, e, k, which means break. And then the next syllable we have f, and then there's a schwa, a small schwa, s and t, first. So it becomes breakfast. Then we have vitamin, right? It's v, e, t, vit, and then there's a schwa, t. So this t is going to get extended a little bit. Vitamin, right? So these three will form the last part of this sound, vitamin. So it is vitamin or vitamin. As you can see, this sound in between is I sound. So becomes vitamin. So these two pronunciations are correct ones. You can say vitamin or vitamin, both of them are correct. Then the next word is measure. Measure, right? Okay, the fourth word is determine. Determine. This is the sound. So you have determine. Next to that is precious. It is not precious. It is precious. And if you can read this transcription, you will know that this is precious. Then it is not police. It is police. 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 Okay? Police. South. South. It's not south. It's not south as we say. It is south. South. Okay, next. Then it is not Russia. It is Russia. Right? Then it is guarantee. Coupon. Next is heart or heart. Both are correct. It is not sweet. It is sweet. Right, it is sweet. Next one is vehicle. Vehicle or vehicle. It is not vehicle. So it is vehicle or vehicle. Then next one is, and which we all know and we keep sending it across to our friends most of the time, or WhatsApp or on Facebook, they are called as meme. Okay. Next word is cash. It's not cachet, it's cash. Cash of arms. Then the next word is not February, it is February or February. So this is how it is pronounced. It is not almond, it is almond. Then it is not dengue, it is dengue. Dengue. Next is women. Women. Okay, so the next word is Tom. Or sorry, it is Tom. Tom. The b is not pronounced. It's Tom. Then we have the next word as asthma or asthma. Asthma. And then we have Wednesday. Wednesday. Right? So this is called as Wednesday. right? So we have seen some of the common words and how they can be pronounced better, or how you can know that how they are pronounced. So right, so we now come to the end of today's session. If you have any questions, you can contact me over the chat. You can write to me over the chat about your doubt, or you can ask me right now. You can also mail to me your queries. So yes, you can go ahead and tell me your questions. Of course, I'll be sharing the slides with you on the Google Classroom and also on the WhatsApp. So all that is required is that you go through it, and the more you practice, the better you get. Right. So thank you so much. And now we have come to the end of the session, this 40-minute session. So I will need to end this meeting.